Sup YouTube, this is Angelos, and I'm going to be bringing you another one of my online commentary battles. Now, today's battle will be on Rome Total War, and it's a 2v2 battle at 100,000 denarii. Now, usually these sort of battles, they got no skill in them, and you win with this massive numbers, but I'm going to try and show you that this isn't the case in this one. Okay, I'm playing as a Brutii Romans, and instead of spamming Urbans like my ally and my opponent have done, I am going to bring a balanced force of Legionary cohorts, Pretorian cohorts, Legionary first cohort, 4 Archer Auxilia, and 6 Pretorian cavalry. Now, I could have just easily spammed Urbans, because, you know, I've got the money for it, but what's the point? There's no fun in that. As, I don't know if anyone read my comment on Air's video, but I watched Air of Carthage's video when he destroyed an urban army with a standard legionary army, and I thought, wow, you know, that was actually quite good. So I thought I'd just upload my version of it as well. This is a 2v2, so it's obviously going to be slightly different. Okay, so I've got this like 3-line attack formation, similar to the Preatorian 3-line attack formation. I don't know the proper Latin name for it. If anyone wants to tell me that, go ahead. So firstly, I attack the Julii Romans and force them into Testudo. He did that rather prematurely, and there's absolutely no reason to go into Testudo, because at 100k, Urbans are just bulletproof, archer-proof, I should say. Bulletproof, I'm thinking of Empire, see? Yeah, so they're archer-proof, so there's no need to go into Testudo. I then attack his archers. The Selucids has decided to form up with the Julii, and so I just attack the Seleucid archers as they're not pointing the right way. Now, I hate long skirmish battles, so I do something pretty reckless here. I decide to charge all of the Testudos with Pretorian cav. Now, I'll try and demonstrate why this is probably not a good thing to do. I mean, has anyone ever just tried to drive a car headlong into a wall on purpose? No? Well, that's a surprise. Because this is the similar effect to what happens here. Okay, so my Praetorians charge into the Urbans, but very little damage is done. I kill 10 in one unit and 2 in a few others, but lose like 10 or 12 cavalry. Like I said, just like charging into a brick wall. So I this was filmed ages ago, and you know, I didn't really do this tactic too often. Okay, now you can see that the Julii have chased my cavalry away, and Taliaferro has brought his 6 Praetorians up. I was hoping Taliaferro would then come along to my side and we can get the Praetorians in a vice, but he didn't. So that was slightly annoying. Now, SAS Joe can see that we're what we're doing. If he keeps going forward, he assumes that what's his name, Vincible, will attack him in the flank with his Praetorians. Now, the reason I brought a 3-line attack formation is its manoeuvrability. A long, thin line you can't really support the flanks very well. So my front line is just here to protect the archers, but I'm thinning out my second line to protect my right flank from his cav and to lure him in. Now, because if I can lure his Praetorians into an ambush, I'll have a massive advantage. Because what I wanted to do here was try and win with tactics and not what my opponents are about to do, and my ally, I should say, which is just to go into a big meat grinder. Yes, let's all just charge in. Why not? Yeah, everyone charge. Cataphracts, just everyone go in all at once. So he goes in, cataphracts, and the Scipii go in headlong with Urbans and Praetorians, and that battle goes on for the rest of this conflict with me and SAS Joe. Now, like I said, I'm trying to win here with tactics. So anyway, his archers decide to go a bit weird, go in a nice long column, and go at my archers. I don't know if they're attacking my archers or if they're just coming over to say hi. But I rush in Praetorians out. Now, they must be on skirmish mode because they've run off. So I can see these Urbans, which have stayed locked on after I destroyed their Testudo. So I charge them instead. And again, even though the Urbans are in like loose formation and not really ready, it's still like charging a brick wall, and I lose another load of my cavalry. Now, watch what happens here on the right. Now, this is quite smart, because my cavalry are not there. He's attacked my legionaries who are a thin line. Now, I wanted him to do this, but I wanted my cav on the right so I could wrap round his flank. But of course, I decided to attack his archers, and the opportunity to envelop his cav will soon pass. Now, after I charged his 2 urbans, they still stayed locked on and came into my main line, and I had a nice welcoming party for them there, and I peeled them in the face for coming so close. Now, my legionary cohort on the right got completely pummeled because it was in a thin line, but it was worthwhile because... Nah, it wasn't worthwhile. It was stupid. It was just idiotic. I shouldn't have done it. But I was just trying to trap his cav. But like I said, I decided to charge his archers. Now here you can see the cataphracts got their anti-armor ability, and they're just chopping everyone down in there. I'll pan back over later to show you the amount of bodies that appear over there, because there are a lot. As you can see, there's no tactics going on over that side. It's just basically a big horde attacking one another. Okay, his urbans are facing the wrong way and out of testudo, so I'm going to flame their asses in a sec. And on the right, I'm determined to try and lure his cav back into my ambush. This time I'm more prepared. If I can get his cav out of the way, then I'll have a massive advantage, because a Roman army without any cav support is pretty much done for. Anyway, he follows my bait, which is my Praetorians, straight into my front line. I leave only 2 there, not to frighten him away this time. And then, unbeknown to him, I send in 2 others, and then 2 others on the other flank. So he's now getting slowly encircled. Now, he must be thinking at this time, what the hell's going on? Where did all these legionaries come from? Why am I now surrounded? Because he takes forever and ever and ever to realise what I'm doing. And my Praetorians, who have swung round the right, get him in the back, and there we go. He's encircled. So this will be the end of his entire cavalry force in one go. So basically, he just followed me into my front line, and I feigned a withdrawal, which is a good tactic. Which is a good tactic to use, I should say. Feign a withdrawal, they follow you, and they follow you into your front line. Then you wrap your front line, which is in a thin line, which is what I was trying to do before, and you wrap them round and encircle them. It's basically worthwhile. Now you can see I've toasted some Romans down there. I think I've toasted a few of them. That must stink down there with all those dead corpses. But the 2 that are left don't seem to be bothered. They're still stood there regardless, and still getting flamed in the ass. I chased his remaining Praetor cav away, and I squished them. They all rout. 2 remain out of that. That's destroyed his cav arm. Now you'd think that Rome's strength would lie in its legions, but for some reason a Roman army without cav is useless. So that's how unbalanced it is, because to be honest, Roman cav was pretty awful. But anyway, we're not going to go into balancing issues. Okay, now my ally screams at me here and has asked for cav support. Okay, but it's the end of the first part. Now, the first part was there just to show you how to envelop a load of Praetorian cav and destroy them. The second part will show you how to beat 2 opponents. Stay tuned.